Good afternoon and good evening. I am going to do a quick review on yesterday's game, Chelsea 2, Arsenal 2, and I'm actually filming on enemy territory because I'm actually at Stamford Bridge. You know, I'm not going to lie, it's a neat little ground. It's not the biggest ground, it's not the best ground in the league, but yeah, I think it's a decent ground. It's quite small, but they've got a lot of nice things in and around it. Like they've got Frankie's Sports Bar and Grill. I don't know if anyone's aware of that, or what it is, but it's a very nice restaurant, and it's a sports bar also. So if you ever want to go there, Anyway, enough of advertising what's going on at Chelsea. I'm here to talk about the game and Arsenal in particular. Well, not Arsenal in particular. I'm going to review both teams. I feel like overall it was a game of like very poor quality. I feel like both sides didn't really show the best versions of themselves. I thought Arsenal was quite awful in the first half personally, and I thought Chelsea were the better team in the first half. They pressed us well, they disrupted the flow of play. I think Conor Gallagher's role in that team is vitally important. I can kind of see what Mauricio Pochettino is trying to do with him. He might not be the best technically, he might not be the greatest player, but he's there to do a job, and he does his job quite well. I mean, the boy didn't stop running yesterday, and I think that's what he's there to do, and I feel like it'll be pivotal in what they're doing going forward. And to be honest, yeah, Chelsea, you can see, I think they're unbeaten in 4 games now, so you can kind of see the improvement. Well, you can see the improvement. They are definitely getting better. And there could be a force next year. But right now, I think they're nowhere near it as of yet, because they had plenty of chances to finish us off yesterday, and they just couldn't really finish their dinner, could they? But so, yeah, I mean, they've got players coming back from injury, and I think that'll make quite a big difference, because they've actually got Nkunku, who was actually one of the most prolific strikers in Europe last year. So so they're not someone to write off for the future. They've definitely got something building there, but yeah, I felt like as it stands right now, they're way off it. Like I said, we was just there for the taking, really. I mean, if you're winning 2-0 after 77 minutes, you should be seeing that game through, especially when your local rivals aren't playing too well. But Arsenal showed the quality coming back in the game. Like I said, I think we was very poor first half, and there was some concerning performances in there, particularly with Alexander Zinchenko and Martin Odegaard. I feel it's hard for me to criticise them, especially Odegaard. He's one of my favourite players, but with Zinchenko, I feel like defensively he's been found wanting. And the thing about him is that everyone knows his strengths lie within his actual play, like his passing, his technique, the way he keeps the ball and everything, how crucial he is playing in that inverted role that seems to be so famous now. But when he's having an off day in that department, as in on the ball, because he's not defensively the strongest, it's kind of a bit of a nightmare performance, because if he's not good going forward and he's not good defending, then it's kind of, well, what's he doing? Hence why he came off at half time, and I feel like it was the right call. Martin Odegaard, I feel, he hasn't showed up. He didn't show up yesterday, and he's just like 2 or 3 performances he's had like that this year. I feel you could definitely see he's probably maybe feeling a little bit tired, because I think he played most of the games last season, if not all. And he's obviously started the season quite well, but I feel like it's the strenuous nature of, well, to be honest, the intensity of the way we play football, and just the intensity of the Premier League in general might be catching up to him a little bit, or he might be carrying a little knock. But yeah, his performance yesterday was a bit concerning, because if he's not showing up, then, well, what tends to happen, if he doesn't show up, then we don't show up, because he's kind of like the heartbeat of our team going forward anyway. And that's what we was lacking yesterday, purely lack of fluidity. I mean, well, credit to Chelsea, they didn't allow us to get a rhythm in our game. They pressed us high up the pitch, they pressed us in midfield, and I think that kind of really worked in their favour. Didn't ultimately work out for them, because they didn't get all 3 points, but they did their homework, and it really did. They did a good job trying to disrupt our play, because it did really work, to be fair. But at the same time, when you're playing a team like Arsenal, there's quality in there, and they can hurt you at any moment. Hence Declan Rice's fantastic finish. I mean, Robert Sanchez can't give away the ball there. You really can't, because you've got players like Declan Rice who's just going to dink it over you and then put it in the net. And from then it was game on. I mean, the thing about Chelsea is I do see improvement. I'll be a liar if I said I didn't see improvement. There's definitely, you can see what Pochettino's doing on the training ground, and you see what he's trying to implement. He's building a young, hungry team. Kind of similar to when he started at Tottenham. And I think there'll be a force in the next couple of years. I really do. I don't think they're going to do anything this season. I've said to, because I've got many friends that are Chelsea fans, and I've said to them, if you finish 6th place, for example, that's a successful season because there's something to build on and you're back in Europe. But yeah, I don't think that's going to be this season. But at the same time, I see what they're going to do. The reason why I don't feel like they're going to be doing anything this season is because they had an ample amount of opportunities to finish the game off. I mean, like, you have to look at Nicholas Jackson's, when he was through on goal yesterday. I mean, Wild, you tried to take it around the keeper. I mean, the way Raya dealt with that situation, I've never seen anyone deal with a situation as easily as he did then. He just basically picks at the ball like, what are you doing? Like, why would you do? Like, if you looked at Raya's face, even he was kind of puzzled by that decision. But hey, Nicholas Jackson's a young player and this is his first season in the Premier League, so probably could cut him a bit of slack. But that's an example. And there was I think Cole Palmer had a similar opportunity where he tried to take it around the keeper as well when he should just banged it in the net. And just things like that, when you lack that quality going forward, it makes it hard because it allows the other team to get back in the game like we did. And like I said, Arsenal have a lot of lethal players in their team that can just hurt you at any moment. I mean, we nearly nicked it at the end. You know what I mean? In like a half chance, and just trickled like inches wide, well, centimetres wide, millimetres wide of the post. And that was Eddie Nketiah. So yeah, they could have lost it at the end. And yeah, that would have been really devastating for them. But I think overall, I think Arsenal would be happier with the 2-2 draw yesterday. Seeing as Chelsea they were the ones who went 2-0 up and pretty much threw it away. So yeah, Chelsea fans will be gutted after that because they've missed out on major bragging rights. major bragging rights, man. I think if we lost that game, I wouldn't even be doing this video. Yeah, but anyway, moving on to the goalkeeper situation. I think neither goalkeeper covered himself in any glory. But I mean, in my last video, go check that out if you haven't seen it. I did say, is there a big margin between David Raya and Aaron Ramsdale? And on the basis of the evidence of what we're seeing, me, alongside a lot of other Arsenal fans, we're not really seeing the difference between the two. If anything, I mean, Ray was brought in because his distribution is supposed to be, well, not supposed to be top tier, it is top tier statistically, and it's among the best in the league. But so far, I haven't seen evidence of this outstanding distribution that he's got. And if I'm being honest, I haven't, performance-wise, he's put in worse performances than I've ever seen from Aaron Ramsdale. And that's just me being honest. I mean, the goal he conceded for Mudrik's cross yesterday, I've never seen Aaron Ramsdale concede a goal like that. And it's not knocking Raya, because I don't think this whole situation and the scrutiny around it, I don't think that's doing him any favours, because it's adding scrutiny and it's adding pressure onto him also. So that might be affecting his performance. Remember, Brentford to Arsenal was a massive step up. Massive. I mean, you can't even compare the two clubs, so it's different. The pressure is different. The expectations is different. The football's different. Like, you know what I mean? The consequences are different. If Brentford lose a game, it's not going to be as spoken about as if Arsenal was to lose a game. You know what I mean? So, yeah. But yeah, it's just like, yeah, I just don't think the situation's helping anyone with the whole Raya Ramsdale thing. If Arteta's going to stick to his word, then he should really be putting Aaron Ramsdale back in for the game against Sevilla, frankly, because he made all this big song and dance about he wanted to change keepers at half-time at one point, or I don't think even at half-time, I think he just wanted to sub the keeper, which I don't think would have been a good thing if he was to have done that at that time. But if he's going to be saying that, then if Ramsdale was on the bench, which he wasn't because his partner gave birth to their baby boy, I would have expected to see him sub off David Raya, frankly. And yeah, so that would have been interesting if he would have done that. I guess we'll never know now, but I'll be interested to see who he's going to put in for Tuesday, because off the base of what he was saying, Ramsdale should be straight back in that team. So yeah, we'll see how this one goes. But anyway, if you like this video, hit the like button, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you lot later.